Hi there. Today about how to follow the breath, going deep into the mind on path to enlightenment. The goal is to reside permanently on a deep level of the mind, the level where the mind is still. To situate yourself there and do not move from there at all. Once you reach that still part of the mind, then you're on a path to enlightenment. And you can proceed towards more and more unconditioned. Now, to get there, it takes practice. Practice and practice and practice. There are many ways to practice. There are many different spiritual orientations that can get you there. So you have to find and choose the one that suits you best. It's all based on experience. Once you start practicing and you sort of acquainting yourself with the different spiritual orientations and maybe listen to some teachings from enlightened people, you will be able to find something that suits you, that will take you further and further, deeper and deeper into the mind on path to enlightenment. For trying different approaches, I settled on following the breath. When I do some sort of a formal meditation, which means is that when I sort of sit down and steady myself, take a few deep breaths, and then I sort of think to myself or recite the word Buddha, Buddha, which is that which knows, the completely self-aware part of the mind that is still and all-knowing because it is completely self-aware. I focus on the breath. I follow the breath. Coming in and out at the tip of my nose. I just follow the breath. And the deeper and deeper I go like that, I can see the mind steadying itself, rising, getting more and more luminous, like illuminated from inside. And then you get more and more absorbed in it, in the still part of the mind. And even when you get out of formal part of meditation, when you're sort of not sitting anymore, when you're sort of doing something else, you still keep residing in the deeper levels of the mind. And it will happen more and more. The more and more you practice, the more and more time you spend in a deep, still part of the mind, the more you will be absorbed in it. And the less and less you will be affected by what's happening on other, more surface layers of the mind. Less and less. And more self-awareness will rise and knowing of everything. All forms of the mind, forming and disforming, appearing and disappearing on all different levels. But you will be there situated in the deep, still level of the mind. And that is the start of the path. And then more and more knowing arises. More and more self-awareness arises, Buddha. There are many helpful channels on YouTube. I would like to point out Seminary Jayasara channel where an Aussie woman, a Buddhist monk, sort of reads texts from enlightened people throughout the history of mankind. It is very helpful so that you can find the approach that suits you best, that will take you the furthest, that will take you across from conditioned to completely unconditioned, that will take you all the way on path to enlightenment. Among all these different people and teachers and so-called masters, I personally find the most suitable for myself Ajahn Chah, a Buddhist monk from Theravada forest tradition. It just speaks to me directly. And the same way you will find your own teacher, you will find someone who speaks to you directly, you will find some teaching that suits you best. And then practice, and you will see it all. It will all unfold. Gradually, slowly, but for sure. We'll all meet there. Take care.